Welcome back to segment 4 of Villain Crushing. Let me ask you a question. When you grow and you move beyond yourself and have defeated your villains, have you found yourself stagnant and looking for some additional growth? That's what we're going to be talking about today when we kind of focus on committing outside of oneself to be able to grow beyond yourself. And we started with segment 1 talking about finding your superhero factor. Segment 2, identifying your villains to be able to crush them. Segment 3, we went into family and assets and try to protect them and to kind of know how to make sure once you do all that work, you're able to protect what you've done. But today we're going to be talking about that special commitment outside of oneself. And we've got a special guest today, Luma Haddad from Young Life, and she's going to be letting us know today how she kind of came to be part of this great organization, but also just to kind of let us know how she had to defeat her villains and how she's teaching that right now and committed outside of herself. Welcome, Luma.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here. It's an honor and a privilege to share a little bit of my story. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, to immigrant parents who were Jordanian. And so that was a big, villain in just the cultural implications of being an American to a family that, were, first generation. And so there were some challenges there growing up and having to just kind of say, I want to go to that, football game. I want to go to the high school dance, and having my parents understand that's a big part of the American culture and being a teenager. We overcame those challenges, and I actually got to move to the Middle East for 1 year, my senior year of high school, which was an incredible experience, and I gained a world perspective there. Then I came back to school here in San Diego, and while I was attending university, someone told me about the organization Young Life, and I've always known that I had a calling to work with inner city youth because I myself am one.
Definitely.
Someone invested in me when I was in junior high and high school, and I wanted to invest in others. So this opportunity came along. I volunteered for 2 years. We would go down to the border of San Ysidro, and we would go to this apartment complex, and there was this rec center, and these teen moms and some, students involved with gangs and some high school dropouts would come, and for 2 hours a week, we would tell them that they mattered.
Definitely.
That they had a place to belong.
Yes.
That they had mentors that cared for them, that they meant something, that they were of value, that no matter what label society placed on them, that they can overcome all those giants, and that they had a purpose. And it was such a beautiful thing to see them experience life for those 2 hours a week, because when they went home to broken families and broken promises. And so I just fell in love with what Young Life was doing. So I ended up coming on staff, and now fast forward, it's been 19 years of being in the same South Bay community of San Diego, investing in the lives of youth. And these youth are survivors.
Yeah.
I mean, when they are told that they're loved and that they matter and that they can do anything they want, if they would just put their mind to it, they can actually accomplish so much.
And then when you look at that, what you're talking about really is the basic human needs of significance and certainty. And you just added that level of certainty that allows that first step of identifying your superhero factors. But you've grown with this company, and I know your title has recently changed, but if you can kind of let us know what your kind of scope is now?
Absolutely. I am the South Bay Area Director for Young Life, so my area is south of Coronado, National City, Chula Vista, and San Ysidro. And we are working with high school, junior high, and teen parents. So we have teen moms and teen dads in Chula Vista and San Ysidro that we're working with directly. I'm also now the Southwestern Division Multicultural and Urban Coordinator, and my role is to help the staff in the Southwest Division of the United States grow their urban areas, get into more schools, try to find the funding they need to actually reach these students and get them the opportunity to go to camp.
The growth you're talking about, and I like to call it, it's just infectious, because what you're doing is kind of really taking these kids from their base of their life, breaking in the human needs, and then taking them to the point of growth, and then committing outside of themselves. Because I've noticed, because I've gone to a couple of fundraisers for Young Life, where the stories are just so impactful when you see these children who, over a very simple thing, begin to see value in themselves. Mm-hmm. And I really push people to understand how important it is to believe in yourself by helping others.
Exactly.
There's nothing more concrete in terms of knowing what your success is, and again, this is success in the city, than to really understand that you can impact your community.
Absolutely.
And you know, I see these big giants that you've hurdled out, and I really wish the best of luck to this organization, because I do know that there is actually one special thing they do. They actually provide camps for these children as well, and these camps are things that they would never ever have. They have mentors, they have a fellowship with other kids in their age, but by the end, they feel like they have a family. And these children are going to move on to impact other people. And really that's what we want to talk about today. You know, we start off with home ownership. We start off with people having villains to try to, you know, buy, but home ownership is a level of stability and something that along the process, in terms of defeating your villains, you're going to beat. So I ask you again, if you have any ability to assist Young Life, please go to the link below on this video, and we're going to be putting some information as well on the screen here, so hopefully you'll see it. And we just want to make sure that if you are buying a home, you want to deal with Sully Fantastic, Sully for Loans, he's going to be your man to get it done. Thank you.